any word in any language, it's probably because your parents were unfit to raise a child. They were too stupid. They should have been neutered. Because all it is a sound you can make with your mouth that you shouldn't be. It's not a weakness that you have naturally. When you come out of that pink ugly hole onto this planet, you're nothing but a gooey, shrieking, wrinkled ball of weakness. That's all you are. You're just weak. You're nothing but weak. And your parents look at that and they think, not weak enough. We can make this thing even weaker by training it Pavlovian to react poorly to different sounds that you can make with your mouth. We'll list them out. This is the worst thing. If anyone ever says this sound, that's the worst thing they can call you. So make sure to recoil and cry and be hurt and devastated and eat ice cream on a couch for days and then write a song about it. You wouldn't do that otherwise. You'd just be happier. If your parents didn't fuck it up with their stupid, you'd just be a happier person. I could just walk right up to you and go, hey, cunt. And you'd go, no, I'm Rebecca. But I guess I have a face that looks like a lot of different people. What's your name? Welcome to Salt Lake.
So apparently Harry Styles, one of the fucking guys from that fucking boy band, One Direction, apparently that guy's got 4 nipples. And you may be wondering, well, how do you know about his 4 nipple situation there? And I'll tell you, I was Googling some shit, and one of those fucking ads popped up where it's like, you'll never guess, these celebrities with the fucking weird body parts or whatever. I don't remember what the title of it was, but it piqued my fucking curiosity. Like I know that guy, what the fuck is his name? He's on that show, or was on that show, Friends. Fuck, he had like a weird fucking name. Chandler? I think that's his name. Like on one of his fucking hands, like, every now and then you'll see that like one of his middle fingers is like shorter than all the rest of the fingers. So it's obvious like he's missing, a part of his fucking finger. Like, I've noticed that. I know that Denzel has the weird fucking crooked pinky because, I don't know, some fucking basketball accident or some shit. But, other things I didn't know. Like, and it's not like I give a shit, I fucking don't even know what Harry fucking Styles looks like. I've heard his name thrown around a bunch of times, so I know that he's fucking popular, and it just so happens he has 4 nipples, which is weird. The whole nipple thing seems to be pretty common with celebrities. I know fucking Mark Wahlberg, he's got 3 nipples. There was some, I think her name was like Tilda. I don't know if that was her last name or her first name. Apparently she's got a 3rd nipple, like right under one of her fucking boobs, that she claims that if you touch it, it actually gets erect. Do nipples get erect? Do they have erections? What do you call it? I don't know. Aroused? Probably the weirdest one is, what the fuck was her name? I think she's a singer. Kesha? Apparently she was born with a fucking tail, But, like there's lots of them that have like fucking extra nipples and shit, or like extra digits, whether it's on their hands or their fucking feet. There's quite a few that were born with like 12 fucking fingers. Quite a few that have like fucking webbed toes and shit, I don't know. It was fucking weird and interesting, and I got sucked down the fucking the rabbit hole of wondering who's a fucking freak. And it is what it is. Speaking of fucking nipples, I just read today that the CEO of the fucking whatever fucking corporation puts on the the Miss America pageant, apparently they are going to do away with the swimsuit competition, and has this turned into fucking celebrity hour over here? I don't know. They're getting rid of the fucking swimsuit thing. They're getting rid of the, I think like the evening gown or whatever that they have within the contest. And apparently now they're no longer going to judge based on, looks. And, so apparently this lady is determined, because the CEO is a woman. Basically she's determined to, I don't know, fucking throw that entire, contest under the bus, because if the contest isn't about looks, if you're taking away the swimsuit edition, the evening gown thing, I don't know. You're basically throwing away the things that make that fucking thing. If you like watching shit like that, I don't. But, you're basically throwing out the things that make that fucking competition worth watching. I mean, who does she think the majority of her audience is? I mean, yeah, there are some ladies that are fucking, absolutely excited about this possibility, because for them it means that, maybe there's going to be an ugly girl, a fucking fat ugly girl that's going to win, or there'll be, well, I think they already had like the trans person, right? Or was that like Miss Universe or some shit? But, like there are some women that are like, yeah, this is fucking exciting because for once I won't have to feel guilty about the fact that I eat, a pint of fucking ice cream with a side of fucking Twinkies, like I can be okay with being a fat fuck. I mean, I know that's harsh, but let's be realistic. The attractive women are not their complaints I think a lot of them go along the lines of being harassed because they are attractive, but they certainly don't have an issue being better looking than other fucking females. They really don't have a fucking problem with that. So I know that for them, at least the ones that would compete in some bullshit like this, I know for a lot of them, they're like, well, fuck, this is bullshit. So now anybody can fucking, can win this shit. It's always the fucking ugly, frumpy, couldn't get laid if she showed up at a bar butt fucking naked. It's always these women that have an issue with the beauty standards, that they always want to change it, and I mean, I know that there's going to be some ladies that, if you're listening to this, you're probably upset. Most likely you're going to click off. But, the problem is you've got a lot of people in your ear right now telling you that this is a good move. Personally, I could do without the fucking Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss fucking, Pine Sol. I don't know. I could do with all of it. It's fucking stupid. They're not getting naked. So really, and even the bathing suits 9 times out of 10, they're not, it's just somebody in a fucking one piece. Like that shit, it doesn't turn me on in any way. But you better believe that a majority of your fucking audience are dudes, and they are not tuning in to see somebody, they're not tuning in to fucking hear how their personality is really fucking cool, and and oh, she's got a big heart, and I don't know. I don't know how they describe fucking ugly girls when they're trying to set them up for some shit. They're tuning in because they get a chance to see girls that they could never, they would never have a fucking chance with, but they can fucking have a fantasy like, oh man, I would love to fucking, have sex with her or whatever. Yeah, it's gross. I get it, but that's the fucking reality. And doing away with basically the bread and butter of that fucking competition. I mean, ladies, this stand that you're taking, this change that you're trying to enact, it's going to backfire on you. And it's not because I feel like, I'm not one of these people that feels like, oh, you should stay home and, fucking make babies and make, and fucking bake eggs, or you don't bake eggs, bake fucking cakes. You know, I'm not one of these fucking dudes. I'm all for you getting equal pay and being treated fairly and all of that. I'm all for that. But when you start trying to change everything that, you know, I don't know. It just, when you let the ugliest of your fucking bunch start calling the shots, it's gonna fucking backfire. Because dudes are not tuning in to a Miss America contest to hear her views on, you know, the current situation in Guatemala. You know, dudes don't give a fuck about that. And the problem is, like, as a matter of fact, I got into this argument yesterday with some fucking lady. Well, it wasn't really an argument. It was basically me trying to reason with a fucking crazy person. Because I guess that movie, Ocean's 8, is coming out. And for those of you like, well, what the fuck is that? It's basically the female version of Ocean's 10 or Ocean's 11. Was there an Ocean's 10? No, I think it was always Ocean's 11. And I gotta be honest, I couldn't be less fucking excited for this movie. Not because not just because it's an all-female cast. It's just because I already know it's gonna be shit. You know, I mean, did they learn nothing from the fucking, the Ghostbusters flop? You know, and of course this one lady is just assuming that if you are a male and you don't want to fucking see this movie, that it has to be because, you know, you're a weak fucking little man that can't deal with powerful women or some other fucking horse shit, right? And it's like, you can no longer just not like something that women are fucking involved in because, you know, I mean, if you don't like, if you disagree with a woman in any way, if you don't fucking, you know, pat them on the fucking back and tell them they're awesome, you know, somehow that makes you a fucking sexist now, you know, or a misogynist. So, you know, so needless to say, this lady, you know, came on and she's just like, oh, all these little boys that can't deal with strong women, and it's so pathetic, and and it's like, lady, you know this movie's gonna be shit. Quit pretending like this is fucking gonna be like some breakthrough movie. I mean, for fuck's sakes, they're making a remake of a fucking remake. When has that ever been a fucking good idea? Like, what movie, whether it's male or female, when has that movie ever been great? You know, Ocean's 11 was a good movie, the remake. I haven't seen the fucking original, but, you know, Ocean's 11 was a good movie. When it started, you know, when they did Ocean's 12 and 13 and whatever, like, it just got stupid. You know, a lot of the times, these movie studios and shit, like, they'll have a hit that, you know, they'll have a hit with a movie and they'll figure that, oh, you know, we can just keep riding this out, so we'll just keep making fucking sequels. And sequels usually are fucking worse. So with each iteration of that fucking series, it just got stupider and stupider and stupider. You know, so acting like, oh, you know, if you change the roles and give them all to women, and they're basically doing the same fucking premise where it's like, oh, we'll call it the, you know, my lady's fucking, brown fucking purse or some shit as like code word for whatever scheme they're gonna fucking pull off. Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome. I already know it's gonna be shit. Just like I knew Ghostbusters was gonna be shit, because anytime you try and remake a fucking remake, it's gonna be shit. Although Ghostbusters wasn't a remake of a remake. It was just a remake where they fucking tried to pretend like, you know, like the original fucking Ghostbusters never existed. It was destined to fucking fail. Especially when the cast is all these fucking actresses that people are kind of fucking tired of or annoyed by. Like Melissa McCarthy, I think her name is. Like, you know, when she did that... what was that one movie where she was like a cop? Was it that one, or was it... I can't remember. Or maybe it was the one where she stole fucking Jason Bateman's identity. I can't remember which one it is, but like, ever since that movie, like, she's played basically the same fucking role over and over and over again, and it's just not fucking, it's not funny anymore. And Leslie, I don't even know what the fuck her last name is, the black chick in Ghostbusters. I'm just not entertained by that sort of stereotypical, fucking black character that they like to fucking throw into these movies, where they're loud and kind of ignorant and fucking aggressive and shit. It just doesn't appeal to me. So I knew that movie was going to be shit. Just like I know this Ocean's 8 is going to be shit, because look who they have in the fucking movie. Rihanna. Since when can she fucking act? She's just in there for fucking like some sort of nostalgia. Same thing with Sandra Bullock, who for some reason people have convinced that she's funny when, she's basically just always playing the same fucking role. Like, for me, the lack of interest in this movie is 100% because I already know it's going to be shitty, because there's no fucking imagination. All they're doing is basically making the female version of the remake. So that's what I don't care that it's females. I just fucking don't find, it could have been just fucking a bunch of fucking kids, or it could have been all men again, and I would still say the same fucking shit. I'm not fucking interested in this fucking movie. I know it's gonna suck. So, and this lady comes on, it's just like, oh, there's no, basically insinuating that there's no possible way that you could just not be interested in the movie. It's gotta be because it's an all-women fucking, or an all-female cast, and it's like, that type of shit drives me up the fucking wall. Ladies, you're not all fucking awesome, okay? You're not always right. The same amount of fucking assholes that have fucking penises have fucking vaginas too. I know that you're all upset about, what fucking Harvey Weinstein did and all of that shit, and I get it. But you know what? If you disagree, or if you're a man and you disagree with women, it has not... 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with fucking misogyny, and just everything to do with, you're fucking wrong. This movie's gonna suck. I can almost guarantee that it's a fucking flop at the box office. Yeah, there are some guys that the reason that they're not gonna fucking watch the movie is because they're all female. But there are fucking sound like a seal. There are some guys, or a lot of guys, that just are not interested in this kind of a fucking movie, because it's done. It's old. There's nothing that you're going to do in that movie that's going to be like, oh, wow, they took a whole new fucking angle here. It's just going to be a bunch of fucking, people pretending to be the characters from the original remake of the movie. There's going to be a lot of fucking, men are fucking stupid, and all you got, it's going to be a lot of that shit. The stuff that tries to pass as fucking comedy nowadays. It's just going to be a bunch of fucking bullshit. I'm just not fucking interested in it. But so I'm arguing with this lady, and she's just like, well, I had mentioned, I was like, or I said something about, I don't know. No. She had brought up like her husband. She's like, oh, my husband, he's very supportive, and, and he's going to take me to this movie because, he's a real man. And it's just like, lady, you're either A, you don't have a husband and this is all fucking bullshit, or B, you've convinced yourself that because you've beaten your man down to the point where he won't even fucking stand up or protest to you, you've convinced yourself that makes him a real man. There's lots of dudes out there that are on dates, watching fucking movies, or going to fucking operas, and, or fucking visiting antique shops, or, I don't know, fucking having brunch. All because, because it's easier to just not fucking fight with you. It's easier because, if you fucking stand up and be like, I don't want to see this fucking horse shit, I mean, I can already tell with this lady, it's going to be a whole fucking production about how, he doesn't support the female community, and because they have like 2 daughters, it's like, oh, what sort of message are you sending to our daughters that when you don't want to go watch this piece of shit fucking movie? I sympathize with her husband, because I know he does not fucking want to watch that movie. I know he doesn't feel as passionately as she has convinced herself of. What she has is a man that's like, well, you know what? I can either go watch this fucking stupid fucking movie and pretend to be, 100% feminist, and maybe get to fucking watch a game or, do something that I want to do, maybe get a fucking blowjob or some shit. I can either do that, or I can fucking fight with this woman, or I can fight her on this and spend the next fucking, 6 weeks rehashing this shit over and over and over again. I would bet both my fucking testicles that's, assuming that the supposed husband that she has is real. I would bet both my fucking balls that is the case, that he's just been beaten down, and he's just taken the easy road. And the easy road, I guess when you're in relationships, is usually to just be like, every now and then you got to be like, all right, fine, I'll go watch this stupid fucking movie that's guaranteed to be dumb as fuck. And yeah, I think it's awesome that, that they're removing the fucking swimsuit contest and opening up to the fucking fat frumpy chicks that nobody wants to bang. All you've got is just a man that has been beaten down. And that doesn't make him strong. I'm not saying it makes him weak that he lets it. Well, it kind of does. If you're letting your woman walk all over you, you're kind of fucking weak. If you're too afraid to take a fucking stand, I know you got to pick your battles. Some shit just isn't worth fucking fighting over. But if you're telling if you don't call your wife or your girlfriend on her bullshit because you're worried that you're going to fucking offend her or she's going to lose her shit, then yeah, you're kind of a little bitch. And really you're not doing your wife or girlfriend any favor by basically blowing smoke up her ass. And even when she's like being a complete fucking cunt, if you're telling her like, oh yeah, you're awesome. You're not, that's not the kind of relationship I'd ever want to be in, where I've got to pretend that everything about you is fucking great, or that I can't call you on your shit, but you can make fun of me all the fucking, all the fucking time, and there's no repercussions. I mean, you watch like a half an hour of fucking TV, you'll see all these fucking like bumbling fucking idiots that, on these commercials and shit that, like this is the opinion of men now, that we're all just fucking stupid. We're all just, one or, a couple brain cells away from being fucking retarded. I don't know, but I don't know who this lady that's fucking in charge of the Miss America. I don't know, like who's in her ear or what she's fucking thinking with this move, but it's not a good one. The first year you're going to get maybe the same fucking numbers, maybe more watching, because, there are people that want to, they get caught up in the fucking hype and they want to make it seem like, yeah, this, like they want to be supportive. But then watch what happens the year after that. And the year after that, when like 70% of your fucking audience is just like, I don't fucking, if I wanted to sit around for hours listening to frumpy fucking, fat chicks talk about shit, then, I just watch the fucking View or turn on fucking, the Oprah fucking, network or whatever. Like, pretty soon, or, the fucking, the shine will come off of that fucking apple, and it'll come to a fucking close. And rather than just admit that, that she made a mistake by taking out the things that actually made that fucking competition worth working out. You know, she'll just let it fail because, you know, women can never admit that, yeah, you know, these fucking beauty standards, while it sucks for a lot of people, but they're here, you know, it's just, men are not gonna fucking decide, like if your thing is you like fucking little, like hot, young, fucking thin, you know, girls with long legs and huge boobs and, you know, and long hair, you're not gonna convince that guy to suddenly be okay with some fucking, you know, 200-pound fucking mess that, you know, doesn't comb her fucking hair and, you know, only wears fucking sweats. And, you know, you're not going to convince him to find that fucking attractive. It's just not going to fucking happen. You know, you're not going to change anything about the beauty standard. The only thing you're going to do is you're going to find yourself upset all the fucking time because you're going to be like, well, why can't I just be a fat tub of shit and have somebody want to or just somebody appreciate me for who I am? You know, the reality is that it doesn't, nowhere in nature do you find that, you know. I mean, think about like with birds, right? Although most of the time with birds, it's the males that have, you know, they got to put on the fucking show, but it's really no different, you know, with human beings. But, you know, even, I mean, you find these fucking concepts or this, I don't know what the fucking word is. You know, you find this in nature, right? The birds with the fucking most bright and colorful and pretty fucking flowers are the ones that get fucking, get laid. You know, the lions with the biggest fucking mane and look all strong and, you know, and can take care of a fucking pride. They're the ones that get all the fucking lionesses. You know, it happens with lizards. It happens with fucking, well, I don't know so much about snakes. You know, it happens with fucking almost every single animal on the fucking planet. You know, people are attracted to what they find visually fucking, you know, attractive. Yes, it is important that you also be a good person. You know, to me, there is nobody, you know, there's not an uglier type of woman than one that's attractive but has a really shitty fucking personality. You know, I'd rather take something that, you know, I'd rather take a girl that, you know, maybe wasn't as attractive. But I'm not going to be like, well, okay, I really like girls with big booties. You know, you're not going to convince me to now fucking appreciate girls with no ass whatsoever. You know, I don't care how great your fucking personality is. You know, there are things that I personally fucking enjoy looking at. And one of those is a nice fucking ass. You know, yeah, you could be the fucking, you know, you could have the greatest personality on the fucking planet, but at the end of the day, I still, you know, there still needs to be a desire to fuck you, right? I mean, the same thing goes with men. The problem is that women, you know, in this regard, you are more advanced than we are, right? You can date an ugly dude, you know. You can date a guy that's a complete fucking loser or whatever. You can do that because you see like, oh, you know, he's got such a great heart, or, you know, he fucking, you know, he gives to charity or some shit, or, you know, you can do that. But we're not you. We're not you. You know, and that's the weirdest thing about it, right? It's like you don't like performing to our standards. Right? But then you want to change, but you want us to perform to yours, right? You want us to reject the things that we have always found fucking attractive about women. You want us to reject that so that you can feel better about you. You know, it's all just a bunch of fucking hypocrisy. Yes, you know, some things need to fucking change. You know, you should earn the same amount of money for the same fucking work. You shouldn't have to be harassed at work, you know, or fucking have to walk down the street and be catcalled. I agree with all of that. But you're never going to convince, men to lower their fucking standards of what they find attractive. It's not gonna fucking happen. So this move with the Miss America shit, it's you're gonna see this first year, yeah, you're gonna have fucking record numbers because people are gonna want to show their fucking support, but it's all phony fucking bullshit. There are some people that, that genuinely are like, yeah, this is great, but there's gonna be a lot of fucking people who are just like, well, I'll give the appearance of thinking this is fucking awesome, but then, come next year, it's like, I'm not gonna fucking watch that shit, Last time they fucking made somebody that looked like, fucking Whoopi, I almost called her Wookie. Whoopi Goldberg, the fucking winner, it's a bad fucking move, and to try and change everything into this like men versus women sort of fucking horse shit. Like one of the things that when I was arguing with that lady about Ocean's 8 was, she kept bringing up her daughters like, oh, he teaches his daughters to be, and it's like, it's great that he's being, he's doing what he's supposed to do, right? He's supposed to set an example for his children, whether they're female or male. But, it's like, okay, well, I have a daughter and I have a son. And one thing I do not do is fill their heads up with this fucking horse shit that, that you can't just not like something because you don't like it. Like, I'm not going to convince, my son to, fucking, I don't know. I'm not going to teach him and I'm not going to teach her that everything is this like, if you don't like something that a woman's doing, then it's gotta be fucking sexism, or misogyny. I'm not going to teach them that fucking horse shit because that's bullshit. I'm not going to fill my kids' heads up with crazy fucking theories that, that were cooked up because somebody, didn't get fucking banged in fucking college or some shit. I don't know. Oh God, that was crass. It is what it is. It's just, I'm fucking sick of the bullshit, Yeah, you deserve to be treated equally. You will get no arguments from me there. You absolutely do. But you need to stop trying to fucking like remake the world into, to fucking fall under your standards. 'Cause I'm 100% sure. I mean, assuming that they'll be honest, that the really attractive woman that, has spent fucking months or years in the gym, fucking, getting the fucking body that she wants, and she's, she's really attractive. I guarantee you she doesn't have a fucking problem with looking better than other females. And this idea that a woman can't fucking, she can't fucking be thin and beautiful and attractive because that's who she wants to be. Like they always change it to like, oh, if the beauty standard wasn't like this, then these women wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, there are some women that are fucking in the gym killing themselves because they're convinced that, the only way they can get attention or love or whatever is to look a certain fucking way. But I also know that there are women that just realize that, walking around with fucking 20, 30, 40 pounds of fucking body fat isn't exactly fucking healthy. There are some women that, that like that they have a fucking big ass or big boobs or whatever, or they like the fucking attention or whatever, not every woman is just this fucking victim to, to this fucking, patriarchal fucking, standard. I mean, some women just enjoy looking good. And then there's a lot of women that, would prefer that they didn't have to do shit. And unfortunately, those women, when they stop fucking taking care of themselves, will most likely find themselves by themselves. Because, you're not going to convince dudes to change their fucking standards. You're gonna convince a man to change to the things that he is attracted to. You're gonna change that about as much as I'm gonna convince you that I should be able to just, walk up to you on the street and fucking grab your titty. you're not, it's not going to fucking work. And the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to end up being fucking even more miserable. Because, you know, at the end of the fucking day, and I hate that goddamn phrase, the end of the fucking day, you know, men, we are very fucking visual. You know, in order to be aroused or interested, we have things that we are fucking used to or things that we prefer. You're not going to convince us to change those preferences just because you don't want to go to the fucking gym or because you want to sit around and eat a fucking, you know, a carton of fucking ice cream and, you know, and a bag of fucking Doritos. It's just not going to fucking happen. All right. I think that's enough fucking ignorant fucking bullshit, for one podcast. So I'm going to end it here. You know, I don't know. I mean, ladies, you know, I understand 100%. You know, you're fighting back and you feel like this is the right way. And, you know, and I know that it isn't just 100% motivated, you know, or it's not fucking motivated by laziness. I understand it for, you know, you're since you're fucking kids, you know, or little girls or whatever, you've been taught that, you know, that a particular thing is fucking, you know, acceptable, and there's a particular way you're supposed to look and dress, and I understand all of that. But the problem is you've gone a little too fucking off the fucking road. You know, you've gone too far with it, because you're never going to convince dudes to change their fucking preferences. It's just not going to fucking happen. You know, I don't know. But anyway, I know I got my foot, like, you know, so far in my fucking mouth, you know, I probably would fart out a fucking shoelace. I get it. You know, I'm a fucking idiot. You know, if you take in the things that I'm saying that goddamn serious, then, you know, just like, I don't know, I should put like a fucking intro. I don't know. I'll find something that'll fucking match to what I'm saying here. But anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'll give you guys another podcast. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the day after. I don't know. You know, something that isn't just fucking trashing the ladies. You know, maybe next time I'll trash guys. You know, I mean, I do that pretty regularly anyway. But you know, I want to be an equal, or what I want it to be, like an equal opportunity fucking trashing. So I don't know. You'll get another fucking podcast. But anyway, I hope your week is going by or going well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling at this point. But yeah, so just like always, don't take any shit and go fuck yourself. Peace.